tough ass up. I guarantee you I would beat the shit out of every one of y'all. Pull up. I'm on it.
Post the Dennis McShare in here.
Do it. Just for that. Now, come help. Come help. Man, quit playing with me. Come help him. These type of kid gonna get you fucked up. That's what I'm saying. These your friends though. Your friend gonna get your ass beat. If you ever in your fucking life listen to one of them and raise your hand at me, bitch, I will bury you. And bury they dust asses too. Don't fucking play with me, David. This type of shit I'm talking about. These little boys, these little girls gonna get the shit beat out you, boy. Play with me if you want to. You better choose your motherfucking friends wisely. Cause right now, you bullshit, nigga. Better tell them your dad not the nigga to play with.
Shalom, first and foremost, we have all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Akakudash, double honors to elders GMS rule well. Peace say tasted like I came in the four corners, pushing the truth with sincerity. Peace be unto you, Shalom. Now this lesson right here, I love this lesson. I love this lesson. I upload the video this by itself throughout the week. Solo. That's how much I loved it. And this is what we don't get enough of. We don't get enough of this right here. A father checking his son, putting it on the internet too. Beautiful. To discourage him and also at the same time challenge him. Because that's what happens. The kids, when they get older, they like to challenge the parent. Sometimes the parent has to challenge the child. He said, bitch, go ahead. And just for that, he smacked his son on live in front of all his friends to see and dared his friends to come pull up with all that gang tough guy switchies and ski mask and all that type of energy. Because a lot of young niggas, YNs, they get off and also understand a lot of people are afraid of them. And they, so a lot of them will even do more to pretend to be tougher than they are and pretend to be crash outs. Some of them are crash outs, but some of them will pretend to crash out, willing to be crash out about just any old thing and stupid like that. Let me tell you, YNs, I'm not saying that they honorable, but YNs not pulling up to other YNs and checking their parent. They aren't doing that. You know, gangs don't have this culture to where, oh yeah, oh you talk to my man like that, you did. I'm a ride on like, yeah, that happens sometimes. But the thing about that culture is that if you gotta call somebody for help in a gang or whatever, and they come to you, and crash out for you or shoot a nigga up because he stepped in your J's, or I'm gonna call Nug Nug and Man and them, and Man and Nug Nug they crash out. Sometimes they might. The person who called Nug Nug and Man, you owe them for the rest of your life. So a lot of YNs they understand like, damn, if I call my big homie Quan to slide for me just off of GP, I owe him for the rest of my life. He can come to my house and eat up my cereal and stuff like that. So they feel entitled, like, yeah, nigga, I slid for you on, and I came out and popped out and showed out for you. So a lot of YNs they don't want to feel that obligation of owing another YN for coming and sliding for them. So a lot of them don't do that. That's a little tip for that. Some of them do have that reckless nigga or Trey or whatever that might come through. They could just lie or whatever and say something, he'll come through. Might shoot the place up or whatever, but they know that they owe Trey now all of a sudden for the rest of their life. So Don't think that YNs it's that easy. At least not, especially not here in Detroit. You know, and there's certain cities. Well, really, Detroit is one of the few. A gang in here in Detroit, like you, you have like I think they still a thing. 7 Mile Bloods. But for the most part, gangs are really small. Like 4 people, 5 people in it. Not like, LA where the gang culture, like everybody's, like their whole family grew up in it. Everybody, a Long Beach Crip or whatever like that, or Chicago, there's a whole block and everybody, South Side Disciples or, what's the other one? South Side Disciples or, damn. Normally I'm usually good at this one. Cause I know a little bit of a lot about a nigga culture. Disciples, whatever, or Crips or Bloods or whatever the hell. There's Pyru. I don't know it's escaping me. Uh, but there'll be like big gangs. You sometimes even see them in New York. What's that? Treyway and stuff like that. They more organized and in the music industry, starting rappers and stuff like that. There's no gangs like that here in Detroit. There's no there's no giant big, gangs, another rival gang over here, another rival gang over there. You just got some people who network and a bunch of different niggas, somewhat kind of friends with each other that are what's the frenemies with each other, and then it's like they try to get together to make it seem like they deep, but they really don't even like each other. It's hard to get a bunch of people, who are at the drop of a dime, well ready to crash out like that. Which because a lot of these YNs they actually have jobs because that's how bad and how hard it is to sell drugs. Apparently, I guess the weed dispensary must have pushed them out of business, or everybody's snitching and telling each other, and there's no profit, whatever, for whatever reason. But you hear a lot of them complain about it's hard to sell drugs nowadays. So all right, a lot of them you got some of these YNs working at Amazon. I guess some of them like even getting caught with these stealing these cars and stuff like that because it seemed like I say it, places where I frequent. I'm not saying crime don't happen no more, but it's I see a lot less. 'Cause I used to see cars. What they do? Jake will break into those cars. He'll strip them and leave them off on the street. I don't see that. I used to see that as often as maybe one time every 3 or 4 months. I don't see that no more. Sometimes there'd be a car in my driveway, and I used to be afraid that my car might be next. I'm not seeing that. Maybe that operation just got busted or whatever. But it's not profitable as much being a nigga nowadays. It really isn't. They're almost pushed into really actually getting jobs. You even hear escorts talk about, oh, OnlyFans, it's oversaturated and we're not making money no more. Or strippers talking about, oh, the clubs is dead and men aren't going to the clubs and athletes not making it rain no more. It's a hard time being a nigga. I would have just imagined the outside looking in just from what I hear about. Then you got paid informants and stuff like that. I don't think that they were getting paid like I don't think the informants is getting deals like now like how they were like before, which I think is part of the reason why they all telling on each other. Motherfuckers go on Vlad TV talking and telling themselves and telling other people. Man, I love that aspect. You know, uh, a lot of these. Niggas is getting caught. A lot of NBs is getting caught. I see them all the time on those police scam, body cams. A lot of these police officers are catching these NBs trying to cash checks. Uber and DoorDash isn't, paying like how it was during the pandemic. AI is taking a lot of jobs. DEI is taking a lot of jobs. Housing market is more tougher. The job market is a lot more tougher. So a lot of these YNs, some of them occupy simply just getting actually holding a 9 to 5 job. Like honestly, yeah, you still got a segment of them that are just straight up lazy bums, but some of them literally they all that scamming. What I think what was the one thing that they was doing where everybody was getting free money out of there's an ATM hack like Chase Bank or whatever. You just get free money, just pour out of it. People ain't getting access to that stuff like that. Going on the dark web and finding out how to scam, how to do this, and I'll pay you to teach you, or pay me. What was I trying to say? I'll pay you to teach me how to scam and make counterfeit this and counterfeit that, stuff like that. And Esau's getting smarter and busting their ass, and these tricks ain't working because I can tell you, it's a whole whatever they done did. Esau done did a better job because it's a whole lot harder for me to upload money on my debit cards, my prepaid like net spins and the cash apps and stuff like that. I mean, it still can do it, but it's a lot harder. And shit, Esau even taking some people's cash apps, and now they even explaining it. So Esau's doing something right. I give him that. To where niggas is not making that money like that. So he's on getting on the back to this. This man is getting on his son, who's a fake crash out, threatening his dad. His dad smacked the living shit out of him, and that's a good thing. People says spare the rod, spoil the child. Whoop that ass. Cause actually, one of the penalties under death is having a rebellious son that won't listen. So that's not cool to have a son that's just doing whatever the hell he want to do. That's not cool. You love your son. That's love right there. And you see, look, his son didn't raise up. He understood like, damn. My dad called my bluff. I tried to intimidate him with my niggas and stuff like that. Ah, nah, damn, it ain't work. Your son tries you, you try your son. And you could tell he wasn't fake. He was like, pull up. I'm on that. You could tell him I'm on that. Pull up. I got something for you. This is Proverbs 30, 13 and 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes. So many chastise him. You fuck it up. Now you would love for this to be, the end all be all, and then all of a sudden they ride away in the sun, and all of a sudden his son understands, yeah, Dad, you were right. I shouldn't have did that. You know, good job, Dad. But chances are he's still gonna be a nigga. Just gonna find different ways to be a nigga. You do if he's lucky, he has a father in his life. Now we don't know the backstory, whatever. Because this is like a dad that you don't try. For him to try that, it's almost as if like he said, you fucking up, you bullshitting. And he even said at the end, like, you better tell him that your dad ain't nobody to play with. So apparently he must I don't know, maybe his dad, maybe this might have been a little long overdue or whatever, but he seemed bold to even try that with him because he don't seem like he tolerate that shit at all. Some of these YNs, they be telling each other tips about how to try their parents and shit like that, and all other type of shit. You like they network with each other, you know. So we have uh, a father like that. That's love. But what happens? The woman is in control in our community. And the woman, what does she do? She stop, time out. These single moms ain't whooping their child, and they not allowing their stepdad to whoop their child. So this is a different time and age that we are in, man. Hey, if we could go back to public lashings, that would get your ass together. And that's the close to a public lashing that you're gonna see him smacking his son on on the internet. And now he's in a video from a Hebrew Israelite. And on that note, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the elders, GMS Ruel. Peace and salutations and shalom.